Everyone's going to come in on a trend and they'll leave on the same one. You've got all the sparkle on the top. People are going to look what's underneath the surface and they're going to start listening to your lyrics and thinking, okay, what do you have to say? If you don't have anything to say, you're kind of screwed.
Literally, I focus on good music.
Finding people you can trust, competent people you can trust, and people that understand you and what you're trying to achieve. Because the worst part is you sign to a label and you end up sitting on a shelf because they didn't know what to do with you.
In this day and age, I don't think you need a label.
What's been your biggest financial mistake or lesson or learning?
When I first started music, Mixtape Madness DM'd me. They will record all my music videos for free. You know what I'm saying? I didn't realise the value.
Once again, we're back with another episode of Breaking Even. This time it's going to be a introspective look into our next independent artist to get showcased on the show. His name's Enrique, hailing from Hackney in East London. It's his first ever sit-down interview in this formal fashion, so I hope you enjoy.
I guess just start fairly chill. Intins, where do you hail from? Just in general.
Like where I come from, area-wise. So I'm from East London, Hackney. Raised in Hackney. Yeah, been there for a sec. Like,
I feel like that probably has a connection to the next question I'm going to ask, because I feel like you started pretty firmly in drill.
Yeah.
Fairly. So let's just 2018?
Yeah.
Some of which would argue is probably golden age of drill.
Yeah, that's when drill was popular.
Especially specifically in your area, that was when 98s were in full swing.
Yeah.
Is that just an era of UK music that you really enjoyed at the time?
Obviously when I started music, I'll say I was 19, 18, so that was the music that I was listening to.
Yeah.
And so that's the music I gravitated towards more. So it was naturally I would make that type of music, but as I got older, I moved away from that because it's there's things that come with drill, and it's if I'm rapping about it, I rap about what I go through and what I live. So it's that wasn't really my reality as I grew up, so I just moved away from it.
A lot of people, especially from those who we grew up with that era of drill, with a lot of artists that we like from that era, so the Quitting Faces, the Unknown T's, the K-Traps, etc., even they have had this period of moving away from strictly drill and even that specific style of drill because their lives changed. Right?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people, especially V9 is someone, there's a good example of this, where it's everyone's we want the old V9. But then V9 is I am not the same person as that V9 that you want. So I can't make that music anymore, in honesty.
Yeah.
I think because of various different life experiences. I think your music matures as you do as a person. I feel do you find that obviously your audience has matured as well with you?
I would say yes. I feel as I've gone on and I made different type of music, different type of people tell me they like my music. People I wouldn't expect to listen to my music. It surprises me. So, and obviously with me, I'd always try to call myself versatile. I think I can do a bunch of different genres. So I would say yes.
Yeah. Is that era of drill the only thing you grew up listening to, or did you grow up listening to?
I grew up listening to R&B, hip hop.
Okay.
I listened to a lot of old school rap more time. 50. I'll say growing up, 50 was my favorite artist.
Okay, yeah.
So
this is Get Rich or Die Trying 50.
Yeah. When Apple Music was a thing, that's the first thing I listened to. Get Rich or Die Trying, all these other mixtapes and Dipset. You know what I'm saying? Just doing my homework type thing on music. Yeah.
I feel in terms of there's a certain swagger that you adopt as an artist when you grew up listening to those kind of rappers. You know, I remember everyone wanted to try to dress like Jim Jones.
Yeah.
Everyone thought he was the flyest guy to ever exist. I mean, slightly, he still kind of is though.
Yeah. I'll say in fashion, he's one of the top.
Yeah. Everyone was trying to dress like even then Dipset days and that sort of era, I think, of hip hop really did a number on people. And even then, I was talking about this earlier when even the trap guys came about in terms of trap music in general, when people found out about Gucci Mane. Everyone was trying to look like Gucci Mane with the big fur coats and all that stuff. And even now, when it comes to the more underground side of things, Lancey really set that trend fashion-wise.
Yeah.
But if you're more drawn to that side of things, did it ever really come into the element of UK real rap, for example? So your Blade Browns and your Benny Bankses.
like Benny Banks, Blade Brown. Like I feel like I grew up listening to that music as well. Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of those tapes from those guys are a big part of our childhoods.
Yeah, 1,000%. Like even Joe Black. Like I listen to a lot of Joe Black, Margs. Yeah. Obviously, like
just the whole of Mashtown.
Yeah,
even
Mashtown.
Then.
Yeah, obviously that's where I'm from in it. So it's like listening, like growing up, I've been listening to them. So yeah.
I mean, interesting one. If you like grew up on Mashtown, who's your favorite Mashtown member?
Personally, I would say Asco.
Me is Jay Spades.
Jay Spades, yeah. Growing up, Jay Spades was the thing, yeah.
More Money, More Pagans, them tapes, yeah, those were serious.
Growing up, it was Jay Spades. Now I would say Asco. But
Asco,
yeah, like 100% Jay Spades, definitely.
I think like the Straight Drop series with
yeah.
Asco was, that was nuts.
Definitely.
I feel like it just had a lot of cultural impact.
Yeah.
And I think some of it still runs. Because, you know, there is, like, kind of like yourself, there's still a generation of rappers that are still tapping into that kind of real rap element, but you're just stretching it a bit more sonically.
1,000%.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it kind of came through a bit in a lot of your later work. I feel like there was an evolution that sort of kicked in. If you could trace like a song in your discography as to where that kicked in, because I think I know where it is.
I'd say Versatile.
Okay.
When I dropped Versatile, it's like, it was something new. Like people ain't heard that from me. And even before I put it out, I was thinking, how are people going to take this? But obviously I got a good reaction from it. So it's like, that kind of showed me that I can branch out into different avenues and
Yeah, I feel like Pour Me Your Fours was also another big one for you.
Oh yeah, Pour Me Your Fours, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's probably my song that people know the most.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So like 2020 to like 2022, you weren't quite as active. What kind of happened in that period of time?
2020 COVID. Like obviously life, innit? Life happened.
Yeah. For a lot of people.
Yeah, like obviously my life was crazy. I don't know if I can say this. Can I say this? But like obviously 2020, I caught a case.
Okay.
And then so my head was just you know what I'm trying to say, like going through that and that, and then So music wasn't the primary thing on my mind.
Yeah. I think it's also one of those ones where you're coming out afterwards and you're almost like a massive reset button has been hit on your entire life. And it's really going to see, okay, can I spring back from this or not? And I think it's interesting, it's nice to see that rappers across the UK, that's happened to them and they have been able to come back. People thought when Potter caught that case, he was finished. No one thought that he would be able to spring back like he had. Like Jay Huss as well, people thought that case, that it was over. But it's good to see in a way that, it can happen. You can rebuild your whole career again from scratch.
Yeah. But another thing I would say about music, like, because obviously there's been people that listen to my music from back then and they'll always ask me, like, why are you not dropping? But I think back then I just had a weak mindset. So I'll drop music. If it don't get the views that I think I deserve, I'm thinking, I don't want to do this, fuck this. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, that's the wrong way. Like, no, I'm not entitled. No one has to like my music. So I just have to prove that I'm good enough, like, for people to listen to my music. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's a slow grind that a lot of people just aren't willing to do.
That's what it is.
Right? And especially so when you came back in 2023, that tape, Talk Is Cheap, there is so much variance across it. And even in terms of that, you saying you're versatile, you really backed up on that tape. What was your approach when you went into it? Was it really like, I'm just going to show you what I've got to do with?
Talk Is Cheap. So Talk Is Cheap, what, 2023, the second?
Yeah, 23,
Yeah, no, Talk Is Cheap, I feel like I had... With music, I don't think people took me seriously. Even my friends, like when I'm telling my friends I'm dropping the tape, they're thinking, you're not dropping the tape. They're not taking me in. So I'm like, right, you don't think I can do music? So I dropped 18 songs because I've always been going to the studio. It's just, I haven't been releasing the music. So I had 18 songs that I felt like this is a good body of work. So I put it out there. And like the reaction I got from it was good. People were gravitating towards it. I got good feedback, and I feel like people started taking me serious again. And that's what I wanted to do.
I think it's one of those ones where it's a matter of pride. It just comes to that point. Especially, I can imagine I've got so many artist friends, and one thing they hate being asked is, "Oh, are you still doing your little music thing?"
Do you get it?
That burns. It's like it's not just a little music thing. I'm an artist. I'm a rapper. I'm taking this very seriously, and I think it's just a point where you're just like, no, I have to show you how seriously I'm taking it.
1,000%.
Otherwise, it's you never really get that sort of response, right? Because even then, I'm seeing like Armed and Dangerous. That's a straight up Afroswing song.
Afroswing,
right. And then you've got like your Practice is a very like classic like UK trap, like Blade Brown-esque. You know, you go in so many different creative directions. But is that how you're like in the studio as well?
So obviously, Armed and Dangerous, I done it on purpose. I was thinking I need a song for the ladies.
Yeah.
So I featured with Dior. I think Dior's called his Code.
Yeah.
So got him in the studio. We made that in the studio. It was his idea type of thing. He already had a hook made.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of just made like an 8-bar 16.
Yeah.
And then that was the track for the ladies. But on that tape, I'm thinking I need a song for the ladies. I need a song for the man. Them. I need. You're
kind of okay. So when you're coming into the tape, you're thinking, okay, what pieces can I all slide in together and put it into a body work? Because like even then, like Afroswing is a genre that stayed with us for a long time. You know, as much as maybe his career may have not gone the way that people hoped, but Kojo Funds is a big part of that. Because I heard Armed and Dangerous, I like, okay, I hear it, the Kojo Funds sort of growing up with it. Not necessarily a direct influence, but I could almost tell that, that is an era of music that you grew up around.
Yeah. Like when I was 18, 19, Kojo Funds, J-Hus playing in all the clubs I'm going to, all the parties I'm going to.
Especially because like the uni circuit was a thing. And a lot of those artists who did the uni circuit, I think like Tion Wayne made a big name doing the uni circuit.
Yeah, 100%.
Is the uni circuit still alive?
Like freshers and stuff.
Yeah. Artists still doing it?
I don't think it's as big though.
Okay.
But when I was in uni, like, it was a big thing. Like Heady One came, I remember Heady One came to my uni, shut it down. Leicester, a lot of artists used to go Leicester, even like Naira Marley, Pop Smoke went Leicester and that.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, like it was lit. Yeah, but nowadays I don't really see it as much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Even then, like some of the, I think a few of the underground artists that are big now, they caught the end of the era when it was big. So like Odds Money really did well on that circuit. Len did really well on that circuit. A lot of them were doing the uni circuit. But it's a bit of a shame because a lot of good music came from that era.
100%.
But even then, like, still in that mode, that's like very Gunna coded. That sort of trap music. Is that, do you listen to a lot of American trap music?
Yeah, I listen to a lot of like Lil Baby.
Yeah.
Obviously Gunna, like, obviously there's stigma around him, but Gunna's cold musically.
Yeah.
Young Thug, Gucci Mane, like all of them. I listen to all of them. So, and YB is a wave artist. So he can rap as well. Let me not even just put him into one. But it's like, so I chose a beat that actually he chose the beat, to be honest. And then because I said I'm versatile, I can just I can do that. So it's like that's how that one went. But like I said before, I was just trying to catch a few different genres. To, you know what I'm saying. So
you feel like trap wave gets the respect it deserves? Because I feel like it's one of those genres where, because the population of people doing it is so big, and a lot of the artists, quite frankly, aren't that good, it dilutes how people think of the genre.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. But me personally, I don't listen to everyone. So, but the trap artists that I do listen to, they're good. Like Rilo, I would say he's the most lyrical. Out of everyone right now. Yeah. Rilo Rodriguez. So it's there's lyrical people in trap music, good artists as well.
Because even then, like, I don't know how much you listen to Lucky. Like, Lucky's cold, and I feel like because he's rapping on these very silky beats, sometimes they're a bit more abstract as well. People don't tone into the lyrics as much and realize, no, he's actually barring his head off.
Even me, I don't think I've seen that as well. Yeah. But I know he's cold.
Yeah.
But like, I know what you're saying though.
Yeah, but do you feel like people do that with you sometimes? Especially on the songs that are a bit more fun.
You know what I've realized? I feel like not everyone is a fan of music the way I am. So I'm listening to the lyrics, but other people may just be listening to the beat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? So I think it does happen to me. Like, so I'll go over people's heads sometimes.
I can imagine it being really frustrating. You're like, I've really strapped this 664 bar. Yeah. And someone listens to it. I think the beat's nice, and you're just there.
Yeah. Obviously, I don't take offense to it because I feel like I just understand that. Not everyone's a music fan like me. So that's why I try to be as versatile as I can to catch the people that are looking for the beat or you know what I'm trying to say.
So sometimes it's just like, let me just write something that I can flow in particular pockets and have a good hook that kind of draws you in.
Yeah, hooks is what I'm working on now. Like even when I go to studio, the people I'm with saying, you always you're always cool, you always have a good verse, but try to do a hook.
Yeah.
And I feel like when I've done hooks, it has worked, but I just don't really do it.
Yeah, because like, artist development is hard to come by. And a lot of the artist development now, you're doing it yourself. Yeah. Because especially when you interact with labels, I don't know what it is. I don't know. Like, it's like A&Rs have forgotten what their job is. Yeah. It's like, that's supposed to be your job, actually. And it's interesting how a lot of the artist development, like artists like you're doing it yourself in the booth as you go along. 100%. Do you feel like you would be open, not necessarily an A&R or a label, but just any sort of songwriter to be able to help with that sort of artist development?
Songwriters, like they write the song for me? Or?
No, I think that's a misconception of how songwriters work. They don't necessarily write the song for you. You're still writing the lyrics, but a good songwriter will come in and say, hey, put this here, or try this, or this is a bridge, and just help you structure it a little bit better.
No, I feel like I do need help with that.
Yeah.
Like, you see, I can learn from anyone like that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If they know more about music than me, I'm willing to listen, you know what I'm saying? So
I feel like songwriting is such a skill that I think it's really interesting how people almost feel like it's one or the other situation. You're either lyrically really good or you're a really good songwriter, and people struggle to be both, even though being both is really important and kind of the key. So do you feel like you've got the lyricist part down, but you need the songwriting to still fit?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I feel like lyrically I'm there, but when it comes to creating a song, like I feel like there's more than just lyrics. That's probably what I miss. So
is it also like concept of the song?
Like I never do that. I never go into the studio thinking what's the concept. I just go to the studio, however I'm feeling, whatever happened that day, that week, that's what's coming out.
Well, sometimes concepts don't always have to be that crazy and convoluted. Sometimes the concept could be, hey, this is an Afro bounce tune and this song is going to make pretty girls shake Nash. And that's the concept. Sometimes you could just go into that is the concept, that's the idea. So I think maybe simplify. Simplify. You know, Occam's razor, you know, is the general idea that sometimes the answer you're looking for is the one that's right in front of you. And I think maybe that's the approach to concepts that you need to have.
No, 100%. I feel that. I feel that's right, to be honest.
I hope you're enjoying the episode so far. I wanted to quickly interrupt you to let you know that this episode here is for sale, direct on Even. Scan the QR code, and what you'll be doing is helping the artist break even and help the show break even also. 50% of the revenue goes directly to the artist. 50% of the revenue comes to the show to help us do more of this. So if you're liking what we're doing, you're liking what we stand for, you're liking the mission, you're enjoying the interviews, pop over to Even, come and support.
I've noticed in your discography you've had Blanco featured twice. Now, what's your connection to him?
So Blanco, so in uni, I went uni with a lot of South people. Like, that's who I was around when I was in uni. So, like one of my mates that I was living with, Flam, Blanco's his right hand. So when Blanco come out of jail, me and him kind of connected. Like, I used to sell half price clothes. And then he needed clothes, and then from there he found out I done music, and then we went to the booth, done a song, and then we naturally became friends, and then that's actually my boy. So
that makes sense. I like it when music comes through like that in a very natural sort of way.
Naturally. It's not like I shouted him or he shouted me on the music thing.
I mean, speaking of things coming naturally, Hopping Out the V is your most streamed song to date, that solo track. Like in terms of a solo track you and your own, I think that's your most streamed.
Of recent times,
Like, why do you think that song was so successful?
Hopping Out the V. Personally, I think it's the beat.
The
beat, a lot of people say that beat is crazy. I think it is as well.
I think it's also like the pockets in terms of your flow on that tune is nuts. Especially even when I'm pretty sure you performed it live.
I performed it live.
Like I think people really did like that one.
That's probably my favourite song that I put out.
Are you thinking of settling into that sound? Maybe giving that one another go? Because sometimes people think that, okay, you've made a song, don't try and make the same song again. Other times it's like, no, I want to explore this sound a bit more. You know, which way are you falling on that one?
I would do that. I would do it again, but my problem with that sound, it was a YouTube beat. So I need to get a producer to replicate the beat.
I think it's sometimes finding a relationship with the producer that can help you curate the sound that you want. Because it's got a very specific bounce to it. That could probably be really hard to find.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why it is. But no, definitely. I'm working with producers now and trying to find my sound. So definitely I'm gonna try find that pocket again. Definitely.
So how do you generally write flows? Because there's an art form to finding a good pocket.
Do
you kind of just just loop a section and then see how it goes? Do you already have lyrics written maybe, or?
So if I feel like the beat makes me write the song. So if I like a beat, the flows and
it will just come.
It just comes to me. You know what I'm trying to say? Pause, but yeah, literally, that's how it goes.
Yeah, because I feel like it's a tough one in terms of like writing process. This is one thing I ask pretty much every rapper. Do you write lyrics first or flows first?
Lyrics, and then as I'm writing the lyrics, I'm thinking I've done this flow for too long.
The flow will come to you,
and then like I'll be right, and then I think I've done the same flow for like a 4 bar or 8 bar. Yeah. Let me switch the flow.
Switch it.
That's what I'll do.
Yeah, I think it's also just playing into people's attention spans, because sometimes it's like, okay, I've been running the same flow for a 16 bar. He's probably about to clock out.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's like, cool, here's a little flow switch here.
Yeah. And one of my older bros, like, he showed me, like, he listened to my music and he said, I keep the same flow for too long. So since he told me that every 4 bar, 8 bar, I'm consciously changing my flow pattern. Yeah. So yeah.
Because it's almost like a different way you can deliver the same lines.
Yeah, 100%. You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
Yeah, literally.
I think that can also help with the song structure and with songwriting as well. Because like even then, for example, you can have like alternative choruses. So you can run back the same chorus with the same lyrics, but just deliver it differently. Maybe try and go for a different pocket or something like that.
Yeah.
Like that can be a solution to that issue/problem.
1,000%.
I feel like you were very much a project person.
Wait, say that again?
I feel like you're very much a project person. You like dropping like EPs, tapes, that sort of stuff. Does it feel weird in that sort of in like the climate that we're in? Because a lot of people are pretty telling everyone, "Oh, you just need to drop well-marketed singles."
Yeah.
But if you're just not that kind of a person, what do you do, right? Do you feel like you're kind of resisting and going against the grain a bit?
Yeah, because even before I drop my tape and I'm telling people I want to drop 18 songs, they're looking at me like I'm an alien.
Yeah.
Saying, why are you doing that? No one listens to that much music. But in my head, I'm thinking, people that like music are going to appreciate it.
They're going to listen to it.
People want to hear good music. And I feel like in the UK scene, I don't think everyone's good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, if I feel like my music is good, so I want to drop my music.
Yeah.
I'm not signed to a label, so I can do what I want type thing. So
yeah. I think it's almost like a challenge. It's like I'm setting myself the challenge that I can hold your attention for 18 songs.
Yeah. That's me. If you told me I can't do something, I'm gonna do it to show you that. Like what now type thing. That's the person I am, innit? So
yeah, my brethren is Igbo, so it's a classic Igbo trait. Never tell that you're becoming because it will find a way, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like it's interesting because varying in terms of sound, because this sound that you're in now, it gives you a lot more freedom and the various different sounds you're exploring now. Because I feel like drill almost tunnel visions you a bit.
Yeah.
Especially that style of drill that was going around in like 2018. It channels aggression. It works best with raw aggression. But that's not always where you want to be, right? That's not always the song you're trying to make.
Yeah.
So like, how have you felt with this extra creative freedom now that being in different sounds has given you?
To be fair, even when I was like writing to drill beats, it was kind of difficult for me because I'm not talking about drill. If you listen to my lyrics, it's not drill that I'm talking about. So it's like, it's better for me to rap on different beats. It's easier for me to write. Drill, like you said, is more aggressive. I might say something that's not even me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? And I'm so real that I'm not really like that. I'm not gonna rap about things that I'm not doing just because I can. You know what I'm trying to say?
I think the problem was in that time, I think we had a problem where we could only appreciate one sound at one time, or maybe like one or two. So because of that time, everyone was funneled into that sound. But now everyone's branching out more.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like people are looking for different music more. They're not just waiting to be spoon-fed music, I guess. Yeah. Would you agree with that assessment, I guess?
Yeah, I feel like now when I'm looking at the scene, even the underground scene, people pay more attention to it. I feel like you said, people are looking for new music and these things. So yeah, like I feel like right now, if you're an artist, you have the most opportunity to take off. Like when I first started rapping, I feel like you have to be chosen, kind of like.
Yeah.
You can step.
You can come up.
But now it's like your fans kind of make you. Do what you want to do. You can do your own show.
It's not this kind of wait in the queue sort of thing anymore, and then wait for a gatekeeper to pick you out of the hat. Yeah, and I think that does function really better, and I think better music comes out of it.
1,000%.
You know, I think in terms of who you'd consider your peers in the game in the underground as well, like who you really enjoy listening to, who would you want to work with in the future?
Who do I enjoy listening to? UK wise?
Yeah.
Who do I listen? I like listening to MOB.
Yeah.
YB, Hefe.
Yeah.
Blanco's cold.
Yeah.
Who else do I think is cold UK wise? Ajar's cold.
Okay.
There's a few artists, but just they're slipping out my mind. Like if I ain't said your name, you know what I'm saying? Like ask me again at the end. I'll have a few more names for you. But yeah, off the top of my head,
I think people often try and look upwards to whatever artist is really big and successful for inspiration.
Yeah.
But sometimes your inspiration are just your peers.
Yeah.
You know, just other people at the same level as you. You know, you may not necessarily work together, but you're inspired by what they're doing.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like that can make a lot of sense.
Yeah, no, 1,000%, 100%. When you're rapping with people like your peers, it motivates you to do better.
Yeah. Like, why did you flop me, for example? That song, that's your most recent release. How did that song about? Because I feel like it's somewhat similar to Hopping in the V, but like tempo slightly different.
Yeah, yeah.
And I feel like that's a song where it was a bit more conceptually focused. Yeah. You know, you did have an idea of what you wanted to go into. I feel like it's a song about lack of self-belief. Well, lack of belief that others would have in you, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
How did that come about?
So why did you flop me? Obviously, I'm listening to the sound that's popular in the UK right now, and I feel like Lancey Fox, Len, Finesse Kid, like they have a sound that they rap on, and I'm thinking, so I just found a type beat similar to that, and I'm like, I feel like I can do it, so I just done it. It's like I just feel like it was different, so I tried it and it worked. My friends would like when I made that song, my friends were like, yeah, this song's the one, so I put it out.
In terms of you trying different sounds, you consider it like a challenge.
Yeah, challenge also. Yeah.
I think it's nice that there are still rappers in the UK that have that competitive element.
Yeah.
You know, because especially when, even let's go before 2018, kind of renaissance of grime in like 2016, 17. So this was like Radar Radio era.
Yeah.
There was that still competitive spirit, like people were clashing again and all sorts. Do you feel like there's still a place for that sort of thing in the UK underground?
For clashing?
Not clashing, but just more just competitive spirit of, you know, it doesn't even necessarily have to be clashing. It's just like maybe like when you're featured on a song together or when you're going to a show, like I want to boss it, I want to smash it out of the park.
Yeah, no, I feel like rappers are like naturally like that. Like even with me, like if I'm like still in that mode, when I'm rapping with YB, that's my boy, but I'm trying to kill him on the track.
Rapping's a sport at the end of the day. Like we're gonna shake hands afterwards, but when the competition's on, that's it. Like for those however long that we're spitting for, we're enemies for a little
1,000%.
bit.
Like, I want people to listen to my music. I think like listen to the song and say, yeah, Enrique
he dust that guy. You know what the hell happened?
That's what I want. And I've done music with people. Like people have asked me for a feature, I've done a song and they don't put it out.
They don't want to.
I know it's because I killed them. Did you get it? But obviously, like even there's, I don't want to say his name, but he's asked me for a feature again. I said no because he didn't put the song out when we done the song. So I'm not doing another song.
I think it's also being in a booth with people that have the mentality that like metal sharpens metal. And it's okay for you to hear my verse and be like, I'm gonna go re-record mine. It's actually okay. It's really fine because I think that element of everyone both trying to outdo each other, the end result will be better. As a result, as long as people aren't too much in their feelings about it.
Yeah, like I even saw I think it was an interview or a podcast about Dave Getz and Gigs, and then Dave is onto them saying that I done the best, and they're always arguing. But that's how me and my friends are when we're in the studio. Like,
I think that's the healthy. Actually, healthy. I think it's really healthy.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you feel like across the UK underground, there's a bit of like, okay, cool, you're so wrapped up in the sonic aspect and the fashion aspect, you forget that we're rappers at the end of the day. You're supposed to rap.
You're supposed to rap. That's the main thing.
Right. Do you feel like some people just got carried away a bit?
Yeah, no, 100%. But it's, obviously, I don't blame them because it works. They're focusing on fashion and people like them for the fashion. But they're focusing on something else and it's working for them. So I wouldn't really blame them. But yeah, like I feel like it has affected the quality of music that's dropped. People don't really think, people are not thinking, I need to make the best song. They're thinking, I need to do a song that's marketable or you know what I'm trying to say. So yeah.
But I think there's also the thing where it's like, well, everyone's going to come in on a trend and they'll leave on the same one. So like, if you came in on like, okay, I'm going to try and capture this trend and be accessible in this way, cool, you got all the sparkle on the top. But eventually, people are going to look what's underneath the surface and they're going to start listening to your lyrics and thinking, okay, what do you have to say? But if you don't have anything to say, you're kind of screwed.
Yeah, and I feel like that's why there's a lot of trend rappers. They'll be there for the trend while the trend is popping, but when the trend goes, you're not there no more.
And then all of a sudden, people are doing, the UK failed this person. It's like, no, the UK didn't fail them. Yeah. They came in on a trend, and when the trend was done, they fell off. That's it. That's just what happened, you know?
That's why I don't look at, like, sometimes, obviously I've been rapping for a while, but I don't look at, like, some artists will just pop off, and I'm never jealous because I'm thinking, cool, you popped off, but you're not that good, and that's why you ain't lasted.
Go and come, you know, as it goes,
go.
because I feel like even then there's some rappers that I felt that I looked at, and I used to feel frustrated, but now I understand that that's just how that works. They have their little, like, 1 year cycle. I call that like a 1 year cycle. You get your big song that blows up because you came in on that trend. You get booked all summer for all the shows off that song. Maybe you follow it up with a couple. They either do as well because they're literally the exact same because you just made the exact same hit again, or they don't do as well because they wanted that specific thing that came with that trend and they're not really interested in the other stuff. You get booked for a big festival, and then the summer goes, and then you try and drop an EP either in the winter or before Christmas or after Christmas, and then after that, no one cares about you because they've moved on to the next trend.
Yeah, no, that's how it goes.
It's the 1 year cycle. And I think sometimes you can tell when their trajectory is like, are you going to be here in 2 years or not?
Yeah. No, 1,000%.
And I think it's not falling into that trap that's important.
Yeah.
I feel like because you're focused more on the barring side of things and the technical abilities there, I don't think there's really a worry for you to fall into that trap.
Yeah, no, literally, I focus on good music. Like, even when I'm talking to my mates and we're talking about music, right now, I'm not even thinking I'm making this song to blow up. I'm just saying I want to make good music that people resonate with and have good bodies of work, good mixtapes. So, just build my catalogue. That's what I'm thinking.
A lot of people get wrapped up with going viral on TikTok.
Yeah.
When they don't realise that all you have to do is just make good music consistently. Yeah. One of them will pop off eventually.
Yeah, no, definitely.
It's going to happen at some point.
Yeah.
Just keep making good music and it will just happen.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Like, it's just sheer probability and statistics at this point. And I think in a weird way, yes, being a slave to an algorithm is really annoying because of how social media works, but it also, in a weird way, levels the playing field.
Yeah, if you do it correctly, yeah.
Yeah, it weirdly levels the playing field because, okay, all I have to do is just keep doing it. And eventually, maybe, if the music is good enough, one of them will do it. I don't know which one it's going to be. Yeah. We're talking about how I met you. All for One with UK Underground Rap, Power and Numbers, Slept on Me. They've been running that show for a while now. How did you get contacted for that show?
So Frenzy hit me up. I think he works with the team and he asked me if I wanted to perform, and I said yeah. So that's how I went.
Was that your first show of this year? Have you done a couple performances before? Or?
Yeah, obviously I've performed before, not a lot of times, but but this year, that was my first show this year. Yeah.
Cool. Like, in terms of being an artist on the come up and that sort of a thing, especially like trying to reset yourself as well with where you're standing in the scene as well. Like, how important do you feel like these small shows are doing, like, for you, getting yourself out there?
No, I feel like it's important because people that haven't heard your music can hear your music for the first time, and it gives you like practice on the stage. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like it's reps.
Yeah.
It really is reps. And I say it to a lot of artists. If you can't do it in the booth, you'll never be able to do it on stage.
Yeah.
Which is why, like, I almost think that punching in early in your career is a bad thing.
Yeah.
Like, it really comes to tell when an artist will jump on stage and you can't rap your own verse to your own song.
Yeah.
Because you've never done it before.
Yeah.
You couldn't do it when you were recording
in the studio, yeah.
100%. So now when you jump on stage, you can't do it.
It's harder, yeah.
And I think it's also, especially when an artist blows up too fast and they don't get the chance to do smaller shows like you've done, like All for One, and a lot of those like grassroots venues, they get on festivals, big festivals like Wireless, and they have a Rams moment.
Yeah.
I still remember when that moment.
I remember that. It was dark.
But I think sometimes there is a disadvantage of blowing up too fast.
Yeah, no, you might not be ready.
Right, that artist development that you get from doing it the slow and steady way is really important.
Yeah.
So if you jump the gun too early, then you can end up in hot water. So 100%. I think it's in terms of your journey and how you're navigating things logistically. What strategies generally do you have?
With music in general?
Yeah. Is it kind of like do you have like a goal for like this year or next year to kind of do all the show circuit, a lot of these like open mic sort of things? Or
so obviously the goal that I have musically this year, I want to put out a mixtape before the end of the year.
Okay.
Have a listening party. And then if shows come
Yeah.
thing, you know what I'm saying?
I think listening parties are really good because I feel like it's a more of an intimate way for fans to connect with you.
Definitely.
And you don't even need to actually have that many people.
Yeah.
Because it is more of a thing of letting like the fans that are really rocking with you come and have an experience of like really listening along and getting like hooked in.
Yeah.
You know? And we did say that you're a consistent projects type of a person and you are independent at the moment, but there's a lot of these kind of like micro labels like operating around the UK at the moment. Instead of people going for majors, they're going for these like small little micro labels that a lot of other like guys are signed to. Have you ever like looked into that?
You see, with the labels and that, I haven't really like gone around looking to see what's their type thing. Like, obviously, people have messaged me. I've had meetings with people and stuff, but nothing concrete.
Yeah.
I feel like it will just come to me when the time's right.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
and I think it's when the right one comes, you'll know.
Yeah, that's what
Right,
it is.
it's like there'll just be a deal that comes across your desk, and like this one feels right for where I am right now. I'm what I want to achieve.
Yeah, no, 1,000%.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah,
That's how I feel.
I think it's an interesting thing how being an independent artist is today. But do you feel like hamstrings by that, like budget wise?
It's not. People tell me to drop music all the time, but music ain't cheap.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Going to the studio is not cheap. Dropping videos ain't cheap.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to do it in a cost effective way. But I feel like TikTok has kind of saved things because I don't have to drop a video now.
Yeah.
I can
just run as many clips as I want to on TikTok and then just drop it on Spotify and be done with it.
You know what I'm trying to say? So that's kind of helped. And obviously my manager, he helps with cost. Like we go halves on that, the cost on that. So it makes it easier.
Yeah.
Before it was just all on me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just spending a dumb amount of money on my music videos, my clothes and that. So I'm like, I feel like I found like ways which makes it easier. Yeah.
What does promotion even look like in today's market? Because like once upon a time, everyone was hitting up all these different like promo blog pages, and I don't know what it is, but it's like people aren't really trusting them as much as before. You know, when you're seeing an Instagram post and being like, yo, this guy's got the song of the summer from what is like the beta's paid promo, and God knows how much they paid for it, right? Is that still around? Are people still doing that? Are these pages still worth it?
I feel like it's less effective. Like obviously on the come up, I think I'm This Bait was a big page.
Yeah, it was.
To do promo, I feel like it used to work, but because it's oversaturated, like people can see the post and just know what it is.
Yeah.
So they don't really pay attention to it. So like I've done it before, that made you think and stuff.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really do much.
It doesn't really convert.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't convert. The money you're paying for the ad, it doesn't really convert. So what I do now, I'll just I'll pay for ads like Instagram ads, TikTok ads.
I've realised that that's been a lot more of a strategy. I'm more likely to just tick on like a TikTok ad that's run by the artist on their page than one of those pages trying to almost force me to like an artist.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I feel like probably that's why people are not engaging with them. Yeah, because what you literally just said.
Yeah.
So that's the route I go down now.
It's interesting how like a lot of the written magazines, they're making a bit more of a comeback. A little bit more of a comeback, but I think because I was a journalist that used to do a lot of that sort of stuff, I remember seeing that die out.
Yeah.
But I think it's being kind of replaced with the sort of content that we're doing here. A bit more long form content is kind of coming back. Well, hopefully, I'm a part of making the charge for making long form music come back.
Yeah.
And then like you're seeing a lot more short form 2-minute clips of like interviews, that sort of stuff. Is that something you're kind of looking into as well? Or
yeah. Now obviously this is my first interview, but
oh damn, congrats.
Yeah, this is my first interview, but thanks. But it's like I'm down to do more of these type of things. It's good for content.
Yeah.
And listeners know how the artists think. I don't feel like I've ever kind of like spoke to the people that listen to me. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's a good opportunity, and
I think
it's good.
It's one of those things where a lot of art is a process. I've said this quite a few times, but I think having these sort of conversations means the listener can get a window into your mind.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what they want.
Yeah.
Right?
Even artists, if I like an artist, I'll type their name, and then if I see an interview, I'll look at the interview.
Yeah,
that kind of makes me like resonate with the artist more.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
You know, what's your mindset? Where did you grow up, and how does that really affect how you make music and the history of things?
Yeah, I feel like it's important.
Yeah.
So, was you asking me a question though?
No.
Yeah.
I was actually going to say, since your goal is to like drop a tape end of this year, are these things you're going to try and weave into the rollout in terms of what strategies you're going to try this time around that you didn't get to try before?
I feel like, you see the things you're saying, that's what I need to be thinking. Like what you're saying, I don't even think like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? You're actually talking strategically and stuff, but I need to implement that.
Yeah.
Because I'm just thinking, I want to drop a tape, but I haven't thought about the things I need to do, the stages I need to.
It's a really hard one because it's like, you've been so focused, like, I just need to make the best music possible.
Yeah.
And you're like, rightfully so, very focused on that. And I think that's why being an independent artist in this day and age is so hard. Because you're trying to make the best music possible to get it to blow up. But then you have to think, oh, damn, I got to do all this strategic stuff as well.
And that's where I feel like, obviously, I've understood as I grew up that a team is important.
Yeah.
Like every artist you see that's big, they have someone behind them or a team behind them that helps them to do these things. You see what I'm saying? Like, I just want to do the music.
Yeah.
Someone drop the music for me, do all of this. You know what I'm trying to say? That's what I want to do. But definitely, obviously, being independent helps you learn about the scene. The music is way more than just dropping songs.
I think it's also just finding people you can trust.
Yeah, that's another thing as well.
Finding people you can trust, like competent people you can trust, and people that understand you and what you're trying to achieve.
Yeah, that's what. 100%.
I think that's kind of the problem with why a lot of artists don't really want to sign now. Yeah. Because it's like, do you actually know what to do with me? Because the worst part is you sign to a label and you end up sitting on a shelf because they didn't know what to do with you.
And I see a lot of artists getting bumped by the label as well, like Hardy Caprio and you know what I'm trying to say. So it's difficult.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it's crazy that an artist like A2 would get signed and the label just didn't know what to do with them. Yeah. I think that's just nuts. Yeah. And I'd hate to be in that situation.
Yeah, no, crazy. But in this day and age, I don't think you need a label. You know what I'm saying?
Until you get to a certain point, depending on what your goal is, I would say no, not really. I think you only really need a label when you're trying to upscale resource-wise. Yeah. I think that's the only time you really need it. Which means that, like, the next question I probably know the answer to is, like, when thinking about labels, that sort of stuff, is that a progression that is way down the road?
You see, with labels and that, I'm never really, like, I'm not really too fussed about labels. Yeah. But there's a deal, there's two type of deals.
Yeah.
What's the deals again?
Like, I feel like a distribution deal.
A distribution deal. That's the deal that I'll look in, that I feel like I want.
I feel like a lot of independent artists are running that route because Central C has rode that gravy train all the way to the top on a distribution deal.
You know what I'm saying?
So
just market my music type thing.
Yeah, it's just like, this is the music, it's already made.
Yeah.
Right? I don't need you to do that part. Maybe if you want to find me a feature for it, sure. Yeah. But I can do most of the A&Ring myself. Yeah. If I want to work with someone, I'll reach out to them myself. But if you can help me source interviews, source press, and clip everything up with content and help me find someone to help me film some music videos, maybe.
Yeah, no, 1,000%.
Just someone to do a bit more of the heavy lifting for you.
Yeah, distribution deals, I feel like that's the route I'll look down more so than... But if a good deal comes across, I'm not going to say no, you know what I'm trying to say. So.
Yeah. So we're talking about like paid promotions, blog pages, like I'm Just Bait from back in the day. And I think one of the reasons they don't work is that the new audience of like Gen Z listeners, they can smell an advert a mile away. Yeah. Right? When someone's trying to force them to buy into something. Yeah. You know? Is that why you've really taken your approach in terms of being authentic?
Yeah. I feel like it doesn't work anymore. Like the population kind of understand, like they can see a post and they'll see this is paid promo. I'm not interested. You're trying to force it down my throat. I feel like people gravitate towards like natural things, like trends that are made. People that make the people that make the song don't even know that the trend is going to be made. They have no idea. You know what I'm saying? They're just putting a song out and then or putting a video out and people just make different visuals to it. You know, like,
for example, Lowski's Cole Palmer. Yeah. Some random producer just remixed the end of his Mad About Bars freestyle and then everyone started using it in football edits, and then it was everywhere.
It was everywhere, you know what I'm saying?
Right? And then like Shy Cartier, the boots all summer trend.
Yeah.
How the hell was she supposed to know that everyone's going to pull out their old football boots for a TikTok trend?
Crazy.
No one knew that was going to happen.
And it's like what you said before, like you just got to keep dropping good music consistently, and something's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
it's going to be one of the things that you never really know.
you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's the approach I've got to make. I haven't been too consistent with music, so but I just got to consistently drop good music, and then, you know what I'm saying? Something's going to take off. Like, it's the game of...
Law of averages.
Law of averages, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Literally.
Do you know what? It was great to chat to you. Do you have a working title for that tape that might be dropping this year?
I've got a title, but I don't want to say it wrong.
Okay.
So give up if you like.
All right. Give up if you like.
Yeah.
Look out for that one. That is its working title.
It might not be that title.
May not be its final title. This has been Enrique. Thank you for coming on the show.
Pleasure.
Thank you for coming. Yeah. I suppose Ed is as you can tell, he's very, very deeply knowledged in music and culture and the space in general. Yeah. My background has been business and commercial entities and wealth generation and empire conquering and all that kind
the
of
money
good stuff.
side.
Yeah, that's all I focus on.
Makes sense.
So when it comes down to the money, and the podcast is called Breaking Even. So when it comes down to the money side of things, I hear you got a manager. Yeah. I suppose he's focusing a lot on that aspect of things. But for yourself, like, when was the first time you actually earned money? That would be a nice one. When was the first time you earned any money from music, and how did that actually make you feel?
Streams, you know. Streams.
You make streaming money?
Yeah, like, obviously I went on my ditto, and this is like in the beginning. I think this is, in the beginning. Or after I dropped Pour Me the Fours, and there was like a few hundred in there. I was like, oh, like, there's money in music. And like, it just felt good. It wasn't a lot, but it's like, like, it made me think that, I can actually make money from this type of thing. You know what I'm trying to say?
If you had 10K today to invest, where would you put it?
In anything.
In your music, in your music career, in the growth, like, where would you invest that money for a return? Obviously,
I would use it to purchase some beats for like songs that I'm gonna drop. Marketing, I'll use it for marketing. And I don't know, maybe like maybe to pay for a feature or something. You know what I'm saying?
Have you ever thought about creating like exclusive experiences for your fans, like exclusive access or experiences for your fans?
No, but I feel like with a listening party, that's probably when I thought, this is exclusively for my fans, my listeners. Come to a listening party and listen to my next project. Okay. I feel like that's the only time I thought about it.
So would you consider yourself an entrepreneur? Do you see yourself as an entrepreneur within this music business, or do you see yourself more as the artist type and leave the entrepreneurial stuff to the management?
No, I feel like I'm an entrepreneur because a lot of the opportunities that come to me, they've been from like my connections or me speaking to people and networking type thing, you know what I'm trying to say? So I would see myself as an entrepreneur.
So you work in tandem with your manager to create the opportunities. Does your manager bring opportunities to the plate as well?
Yeah, like he's made me work with a few producers. Like he knows people that he's like introduced me to and that. So yeah, he's done his part as well. But I'm hands on as well. I understand that like this is my career at the end of the day. So I gotta be hands on. I gotta do things to make me, go in the right direction. Yeah. So yeah. And obviously before he came in the picture, I was independent, so yeah.
So did he find you or did you find him?
I'll be real, the connection came, like, it wasn't musically in the beginning, we were just working, and then he heard my music. One of my other friends showed him my music. He's like, oh, what are you trying to do with music? And I showed him. Then he's like, oh, how can I help type thing? And then from there, we just kind of said, let's just go horse and across.
So has he been a manager previously, or was it something new to him?
Even it's new to him.
Yeah, but is he an entrepreneur at heart, or is?
Yeah, at heart I would say he's an entrepreneur. Yeah.
What does the term breaking even mean to you?
Breaking even is, I feel like when you've made back what you put in.
Are you breaking even?
With music?
Yeah.
Nah, I've spent way more than I made.
Far from it.
Yeah, 100%.
Have you got a plan in place to break even?
In my mindset, I'm just thinking that one day this shit's gonna pay off. That's how I think, but not a strategic plan saying I'm gonna do this, that, this. You know what I'm trying to say? Mm-hmm. That's how I see it. I'm thinking, yeah, cool. One day this is gonna pay off, but like, yeah, not strategically type thing.
What's been your biggest financial mistake or lesson or learning?
With the music?
Yeah.
When I first started music, Mixtape Madness DM'd me, someone from there DM'd me and said that they will record all my music videos for free, and then, yeah, like all I got to do is make music, they will shoot the videos for free and put it out. Done it, I think I dropped 2 songs with them, and then, like a twat, I was thinking, yeah, like, I don't like the views that I'm getting, so I shot my own video, put it on GRM, but after that, they stopped fucking with me. I have to pay for my own videos. And it's like £500 each video, minimum. And
you didn't realise the value.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't realise the value. Do you get it? So it's like, I had a grown man there and I kind of like fucked it off because my pride off. So it's like, I've learned from them, like, you need help with the music. If someone offers you help, like, take it type thing, you know what I'm trying to say? I learnt my lesson.
So if you don't mind me asking, how much revenue in total would you say you've made from your streaming up to date? Because I notice you've got like hundreds of thousands of streams on Spotify. If that is equated over other platforms and whatnot, would you mind giving us a breakdown?
I'll say a few grand, a few thousand. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Nothing crazy though. You know what I'm saying?
Not life-changing.
Not life-changing money.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway. But it's a work in progress, I would say. But it obviously just shows me that the more I do it, the more I can make type thing. Yeah. But at this stage of my career, I'm more focused on just making the good music. I know the money's going to come further down the line, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
This show is called the Breaking Even Podcast. It's going to be up for sale on the Even platform. So anybody that wants to support young Enrique to break even and support the platform and enjoy what we're doing here, pop yourself over to Even. He'll be getting 50% of the revenue. Till next time. Thank you, young sir.